Anthony Taylor apologizes. The VAR referee made me make the wrong decision. As always, we witnessed a refereeing disaster this week. So much happened in the dying moments of the Liverpool game that to call it a refereeing disaster would be an understatement. The penalty awarded to Wan-Bissaka for no contact with Elliott was a disaster. In addition, the VAR referee's failure to warn Anthony Taylor was worse than the penalty decision. According to the latest reports, referee Anthony Taylor is said to have called Ten Hag after the match to apologize. Anthony Taylor, who watched the whole match again after the end of the match, realized that the penalty position was a wrong decision and apologized to Ten Hag. Anthony Taylor called Ten Hag on the phone and said, "I realized my penalty decision was very wrong, but the VAR referee didn't warn me in any way and said my decision was correct. That's why I don't think I will work with John Brooks again." Whatever the case, these mistakes must stop. Victor Lindelof and Lisandro Martinez to now stay at Man United as Jim Ratcliffe decision made. Manchester United have decided to keep both Victor Lindelof and Lisandro Martinez at the club despite their persistent injury problems, sources have told Football Insider. Lindelof, 29, has been limited to 27 appearances in all competitions this season, with Martinez 26, having featured just 11 times. But despite their injury issues, with many expecting them to leave the club, both central defenders have been assessed as important players at Old Trafford. Red Devils manager Erik ten Hag is currently facing a central defensive crisis, with Johnny Evans and Raphael Varane joining Lindelof and Martinez on the sidelines at this moment in time due to injury. Defensive changes are expected at the Manchester club in the summer transfer window, with the futures of the likes of Varane and Maguire up in the air. In terms of incomings, sources told Football Insider last month that Everton ace Jared Branthwaite is the club's #1 centre-back target. Unlike Lindelof and Martinez, the Toffees star has featured heavily this season, with 34 appearances to the 21-year-old's name in all competitions. In other news, Man United ready to accept 32-year-old offer. $50 million the star prepared to agree Manchester United move. Manchester United need a new striker to reinforce the department, and reports indicate Rodrigo Muniz of Fulham would be ready to agree a move to Old Trafford. As per an exclusive story covered by Give Me Sport, the Brazilian centre-forward dreams of joining Manchester United. However, he is not going to come for cheap. The news source have mentioned that Manchester United must splash a big amount of $50 million for the South American, who has been in top-class form lately. In the current campaign so far, Muniz has only started 13 games in the Premier League for Fulham and directly contributed in 9 goals. Last summer, Manchester United broke the bank to lure Rasmus Højlund from Atalanta, but so far, the Danish international has only netted 7 goals in 23 league games. Anthony Martial has spent majority of the time on the treatment table in the current campaign, and the Frenchman's contract at Old Trafford will expire in June. Therefore, the quality and depth of the strike force must be improved in the summer transfer window. In your opinion, should Manchester United bid $50 million to sign Rodrigo Muniz? Ratcliffe defeated as fresh Manchester United contract talks fail and summer exit now guaranteed. Manchester United chief Sir Jim Ratcliffe has not been able to extend the contract of Raphael Varane, despite reportedly holding a new round of talks with the defender. Varane has made 30 appearances for Manchester United this season, with 21 of those coming in the Premier League. The centre-back's only goal came against Wolverhampton Wanderers on the opening day of the season, as he headed in a 76th minute winner. Manchester United paid Real Madrid $41 million when signing Varane in the summer of 2021, but it is unclear whether he will remain at Old Trafford for next season. Varane's contract runs until the end of the current campaign, and Manchester United have the option to extend it by a further 12 months. It has previously been claimed that Manchester United will allow the Frenchman to leave as a free agent in the summer as Ratcliffe tries to engineer a defensive overhaul. But according to Football Insider, the British billionaire is actually keen to tie Varane down to fresh terms. Ratcliffe has held fresh discussions with Varane and his camp about prolonging the player's stay at Manchester United. However, the latest talks have not yielded a resolution, with Varane now set to be on the move this summer. Varane is not the only defender who might depart Old Trafford this summer, with the futures of Harry Maguire, Johnny Evans and Victor Lindelof all uncertain too. Casemiro suffers sleepless nights over Manchester United's form. Casemiro has admitted that Manchester United's form this season has caused him sleepless nights. The Reds have been unable to build on last season's third-place finish and Carabao Cup triumph, as we're 6th in the table with 49 points after 31 matches. As things stand, we are 11 points behind 4th place Tottenham. It's also a far cry from what Casemiro was used to in Madrid, where each season he would be competing for the La Liga title or the Champions League. Most fans are anticipating his exit this summer because there has been such a drop-off in performances from the Brazilian, even on an individual note. Speaking to reporters after United's draw with Liverpool on Sunday, the Brazil international told ESPN, "It's difficult. This is the point that bothers me most about not fighting for titles. We need to think about the day-to-day. We had the opportunity to score 9 points in the last few games, and we scored 2. We were upset. We have to think game by game and focus on the next match against Bournemouth." Erik ten Hag admits he has mixed emotions after Liverpool draw. Erik ten Hag has delivered his post-match verdict after his side's winless run in the Premier League was extended, with the Reds not recording a 3-pointer since the win over Everton last month. United's 3-game winless streak has, unfortunately, almost certainly confirmed that Champions League qualification is a task too far this season, with the FA Cup remaining the last hope of a good ending to a wretched season. Unfortunately, United conceded yet another late penalty and were denied all 3 points. Speaking after the game, Ten Hag explained why he has mixed emotions. With 7 games remaining of the season, United sit 11 points behind 4th placed Aston Villa. A 5th place finish could also be enough for a seat at Europe's fine dining table next season. United now face a trip to the South Coast to face Bournemouth, with Ten Hag hoping to have a number of players back for that game. Neville says United aren't suffering from an injury crisis despite the 56 cases that have ruled players out. Gary Neville rejects the premise that Manchester United are suffering from an injury crisis, despite the 56 separate cases of fitness issues that have led to a player missing at least 1 game. Throughout the campaign thus far, it seemed as though Erik ten Hag has lost at least 1 member of his squad per week. Raphael Varane and Johnny Evans' early withdrawals last week left only Harry Maguire and Willy Cambola as the available centre-half pairing over the weekend, and it looks as though that will be the case when United travel to face Bournemouth on Saturday. Ten Hag confirmed post-match that he doesn't expect the experienced duo to return in the short term, while Victor Lindelof and Lisandro Martinez are still sidelined.